Thank you for being here this evening. My name is Rob Castagna, Director of Health, Physical Education, and Athletics, and I'm honored to be with you here tonight for our Senior Athletic Awards ceremony. Before we get started, I'd like to, and I need to, point out the emergency exits. There's one on either side of me. There are several emergency exits in the back. Hopefully we will not need those emergency exits, but if we do, please look for an administrator wearing a red lanyard like myself, and we will provide direction and support should you need it. Thank you. It is important to take this time to reflect on this year, to celebrate all of our accomplishments, the accomplishments of this senior class, and to show our sincere appreciation for the opportunities that we've had to compete together. Thank you for everyone who provided the photographs and the information for the montage that you were watching just moments ago, and for Mr. Alcantara for taking all of that information and putting it together for all of us to enjoy that montage. And if you didn't get to see it, that's fine. Mr. Alcantara will email it out this evening. You'll receive that along with a special senior recognition booklet that we've put together. And we'll also have the information posted on our website if you did not get to see that today. Please rise for the playing of our national anthem. We're extremely thankful that we have an administration and a Board of Education that fully supports our interscholastic athletic program. At this time, I would like to acknowledge our superintendent, Dr. Jen Lamia, our school board president, Ms. Lara Stangl, and our principal, Mr. Chris Walsh. Here with us this evening are most of our coaches who take on an absolutely awesome responsibility in coaching the young athletes and from grade 7 through 12 here in our school district. And they're on either side of the theater. And at this time, I'd ask you to help me applaud them for what they do working with our student athletes. I have a few special thanks. First, the Bobcat PTSA boosters for supporting us throughout this school year and every other school year. For that, Mr. Alcantara for working on the booklet and the video and all of the details here in this room, along with Ms. Annalise Galgano, our athletic secretary, and for our fearless athletic trainer, Dan Santora, who's up above here. Jill Drucker and Julie Gallagher, our rock star nurses who keep everybody healthy and in the game as much as they can, and our reliable event staff from working the scoreboards, to the shot clocks and just helping us with general supervision. We appreciate them because it's with that support that helps us manage this athletic program and to keep us functioning at a high level with over 55 athletic teams in our program. I'd also like to thank a special thank you to Brian Melso and Gabby Madrano. Gabby, thank you for being here tonight to film the event. For those who can't be here tonight from the district's media center, thank you, Gabby. Thank you, Mr. Melso. They help us get the important information out when it's needed most, and they're with us around the clock, so we really appreciate your support. And also with us, Mr. Harry Malice, who's not driving a bus today. He's not operating a scoreboard. He'll be taking photographs the entire evening. Harry, raise your hand. Harry's got the camera. Harry, thank you. So for the student athletes, when you hear your name, and if you come up to the front of the theater, please, there's some blue X's over there. We'd ask you to stand on there. The camera will be ready. Just face the camera, and we'll let Mr. Malice do his thing with the photographs. And then Harry will get together with Brett Alcantara, and they're going to share the photos with all of you. They'll be posted on our website for you to enjoy and to take the photos that you would like. Okay, thank you for that. And seniors, we're here to celebrate you. This night is about the seniors, okay? You get a lot of recognition and for the dedication and sacrifice that you show through sports, through your involvement in interscholastic athletics, which you fully deserve. But let's not forget about your wonderful parents who are the silent strength. They're behind you, supporting you all the way in everything that you do, especially if you've been playing sports since you were in elementary school. Okay, so let's applaud our parents because they're supporting our program and they're supporting you. Thank you, parents, for your support. The many contributions of each team member working together is what allows us to be successful at what we do. Tonight, we will focus on the teamwork that's behind all of the success. Interscholastic athletics started on Monday morning, August 23rd, here at the high school. And I know that many of you in this room here were here on that day back in August. There were several hundred athletes here that day trying to join a team to make the team stronger, to leave your impact on that team. I remember how excited everybody was the first day back. There's always that awesome feel, that excitement that comes with you when you come back to the school. We had much success in the fall with the varsity girls tennis team once again leading the way. Another state championship was claimed. Back-to-back state champions. Who knew? The girls knew. They knew they could, and they knew they would bring back another state title. What a way to start the year, as I mentioned, and their success inspired all of the other teams, once again, to reach higher. Reaching higher is what you did. Collectively, that's what you did on your teams in a powerful way. The winter season took us to the county center for boys basketball, playing in the finals, the Section 1 finals. We also sent a Section 1 champion to the New York State tournament up in Albany to compete in his weight class. That positive energy carried over to our first unified bowling season. That was awesome, and it was a lot of fun. Continuing the forward momentum, we rolled right into an extended unified basketball season, increasing the number of games for unified basketball that we played last year. We also hosted our first unified basketball game during the school day. And if you got to capture that, that was simply awesome. And that game in so many ways, it echoed Byram Hill Strong, is exactly what it did, from the students on the court to the students who were in the benches, in the bleachers, watching what was taking place. It was truly amazing. And with all of that excitement, we still had one more season to unveil. The spring season opened like a firecracker, breaking new ground with our first spring flag football season. And this team carried a roster of 43 girls strong, and our spring teams kept that momentum going. All of the teams making a postseason appearance into the playoffs, and we had section champions for track and field, and we had athletes competing at the New York State tennis championships in Queens, New York, and also we had several athletes competing in the state championships up in Middletown, New York, just a few days ago. So that success, once again, from the fall season, that energy, it just carried right through the entire season. And all of these successes were a result, I believe, it was a result of the senior leadership that we had during the school year and that we have in this room right now. You'll hear many exciting anecdotes about our programs from our coaches and a few of our seniors as the night progresses. We have special recognitions and guest speakers for all of you tonight, and I would like to transition now to our first recognition. I'd like to invite Coach Spacavento, our boys varsity golf head coach, to present our first award. Coach Spacavento.
Good evening, everyone. Today it is my honor to pay tribute to an extraordinary individual who epitomizes the essence of a scholar athlete. The recipient of this esteemed award encompasses the finest qualities of a Byram Hills student. He possesses a deep-seated passion for learning, an unwavering dedication to his community, and an innate ability to lead. His pursuit of excellence in academics and athletics is driven by a true thirst for knowledge, while his leadership abilities are firmly grounded in a boundless spirit of kindness and generosity. In the realm of academics, the recipient approaches each subject with an insatiable curiosity. His thirst for understanding extends beyond surface-level exploration as he actively seeks out opportunities to delve into various disciplines, all at the AP course level. Notably, the recipient has demonstrated exceptional achievements in his studies of cognitive neuroscience as a part of the Authentic Science Research Program, showcasing his dedication and extensive research at numerous symposiums. Furthermore, his impact extends beyond his personal achievements as he has founded and sustained Students Without Borders, a nonprofit social innovation venture aimed at promoting academic equity in impoverished countries. As an active member of the Student Advisory Committee and Student Leadership Board, the student consistently inspires and motivates his peers and educators, instilling a renewed sense of enthusiasm and engagement in the pursuit of education. As a captain of the varsity boys golf team, this individual has been a catalyst for unity, cohesion, and camaraderie. His passion for the sport, dedication to improvement, and ability to uplift others are an inspiration to his teammates and coach. His humility and grace in victory, as well as his resilience and graciousness in defeat, serve as shining examples for everyone around him. There has never been a club thrown or curse whispered in hushed tones. No matter his score, I've only ever seen a smile on his face, an infectious and authentic smile that radiates on and off the course. As a basketball player, he epitomizes what it means to be a true teammate. Never once did he complain, even when the desired minutes eluded him. Instead, he maintained a relentless work ethic, and in due time, his perseverance paid off, elevating him to a significant role as a valuable contributor. This warm, down-to-earth, and resilient individual has made an indelible mark on the Byram Hills community. I'm grateful for the opportunity to have coached such an exceptional individual, and I'm confident that his impact will extend far beyond the boundaries of the golf course. This person's character and actions exemplify the best qualities of an athlete and leader, serving as an inspiration to all who have the privilege of knowing him. Please join me in a round of applause as we present the William A. McCoy Jr. Scholar Athlete Award to Tyler Lynch.
Who's it gonna be? We'll see. All right, quiet. Scholar athlete, the best of the best in the classroom and on the field. It's extremely hard to achieve this honor in both areas, as we know, but Kelsey Vaccaro makes it look easy. During your day, you might see Kelsey smiling her way through class to class, saying hello, and always having some room for small talk. I just imagine this. It definitely happens with the crew she's sitting with. This extremely organized, kind, hardworking human is graduating, having completed 9 AP classes, and currently holds a 4.5 GPA. She's a senior mentor, a member of FAST. She's a National Merit Scholarship recipient, and she's graduating as a cum laude inductee, where she is top 10% for GPA in the class of 2023. She will be attending Boston College in the fall. Super impressive by itself, but just to think that she's competing in 3 sports. I've gotten to know Kelsey over the past couple of years. We've actually spent way too much time with each other because we've had back-to-back seasons for multiple years now. That's about 6.5 months of coaching, along with some other of her friends. It's been an honor, Kelsey, and everybody else over there. Kelsey has been a member of the varsity swim team for the past 5 years. She competed in her first sectional relay this past season. I told her as a joke that she was the backup, and that if we needed to call her the morning of sectionals to be prepared. She laughed at me. 2 weeks later, we had 2 scratches, and I emailed Kelsey at 6 a.m. in the morning to have her suit, because if she didn't swim, we would have had to scratch our relay and 3 other athletes wouldn't have swum. 2:45, she's there on time and gets, I think, her best time of the season without have been in the water for 2 weeks, which is absolutely incredible. She's also a member of the JV and varsity basketball team for 5 seasons. This past year, she received all league honors. And then she, I'm very proud to say, joined the flag football for its first official season. So way to carry on the reputation that we all know you have. So can I have everybody's hand in joining me in congratulating our Scholar Athlete Award winner, Kelsey Vaccaro.
Good evening, everybody. Sportsmanship is defined as fair and generous behavior or treatment of others, especially in a sports contest. In a day and age where it's easy to say this doesn't matter, it's imperative that we celebrate those who do this day in and day out. This young lady has been a member of the varsity swim team, the varsity basketball team, and the inaugural year of the varsity flag football team. She came to the interest meeting back in February and wasn't sure how flag football would be since we never had a team and the girls only played in PE. She asked if we could run some clinics for everyone to check it out and see if it was something she wanted to be a part of. It was a great idea and one we loved doing as coaches that laid the foundation for a historical season. Well, she did end up playing and starting games at our quarterback position and doing whatever the coaches needed her to do. Carmen Parada displayed sportsmanship, leadership, and confidence on the field. She never hesitated to jump in where the team needed her, always gave a positive attitude. When coach said, "Do you want to go out for another series?" she said, "Yeah." She battled some health issues and continued to want to be a productive member of the team. I had the pleasure of having her in class, and we always want our senior varsity athletes to be the ones that are the doers in our class, and she did. And she led by example for others to follow. And it's with great pleasure and that I get to give the 2023 Senior Sportsmanship Award to Carmen Parada.
Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to be here tonight and present this award to a really special student athlete. I've had the pleasure of coaching at Byram Hill since 2015, and I've coached this student since he was in 9th grade. And he is certainly one of the kids I will always remember. After his last match, where he fought to the end, it almost brought me to tears, and that hasn't happened much in my coaching career, and that's how much this kid meant to me. He's always handled himself with class, win or lose. When you have an athlete who can sort of run your team for you and you can just sort of step back and let him take control, it makes your job as a coach a lot easier. Even though he always handled himself with class, he definitely had that fiery, competitive spirit, and that helped him compete in 3 different sports: football, wrestling, and lacrosse. He has always shown perseverance through many different obstacles in his life, and he's always come out on top. He's one of the toughest kids I've ever coached and also probably had the most nosebleeds. It's not easy being a 3-sport athlete, a 2-sport captain, and a student, and excelling in each of those areas. And all 3 of those sports are back to back to back, and they're all very physical sports, and he did a great job in each and every one of them. I think every coach or teacher who's had the pleasure of working with Colin will say he's a very, very bright young man with a very bright future. He's going to continue his academic and athletic career at Endicott, playing lacrosse, and it's my pleasure to introduce the male sportsmanship winner, Colin McManus.
There's a great Chinese proverb. Yeah, we're going to go Chinese proverbs today, everyone. A leader is best when people barely know he exists. When his work is done, his aim is fulfilled, they will say, "We did it ourselves." We had 3 incredible leaders this year who took home Con Edison awards. This is the penultimate award for student athletes in Westchester County. It's a weekly prize that is given out to 32 times over the course of the sports calendar. It's voted upon by a panel of athletic directors across the county. It has come to represent the highest achievement of successfully combining athletic prowess with academic scholarship. Building on 4 winners we had last year, we had 3 this year. They were nominated by their respective coaches, where the application was then helped along by their guidance counselors and ultimately submitted to a committee every week for consideration. With that, we celebrate our 3 winners, whose resumes demonstrate a ton of volunteer work, an incredible GPA, high test scores, and a high sports acumen that is second to none. So I'd like to call up all 3 of these athletes: Gavin Jaworski, Sean Siegel, and Chloe Bernstein. These 3 athletes were just recently recognized at a dinner in Westchester County. Chloe Bernstein took home the Red Blanchard Scholarship Award. Chloe is the first student in our school's history to win this award, so congratulations to her. Okay, at this time I have the honor and pleasure of introducing our guest speaker, Jack Beer. I told him beforehand I never thought in my wildest dreams he would be here to speak, but I'm so glad that he is. And I'm going to start my story about Jack on October 8th of 2016. The boys soccer team was playing at Pelham High School, a team that we traditionally struggle against. It was a very close game. Jack Beer was parked 27 yards away, wearing his number 10 uniform, staring at a 4-man wall where the end player stood at 6'2". From the vantage point that most humans, including myself, had, no one could see the ball, no one could see the goal where Jack stood. The shot he took started 5 feet wide of the net, and then at the last minute it took a wicked curve and hit just under the crossbar. In my 23 years of coaching, I've never seen a ball do this. I've never seen a goal like this. And just to embarrass him a little bit, we have the video of it. And here it is. if we could just leave it here, I don't know if anyone noticed, but his response to the goal was more incredible than the goal itself. Rather than show up his opponent, he internalized it, he absorbed it. It was the ultimate bowl of rice that was served. My players know what that means. And Jack walked away calmly. It's amazing that he won Section 1 Player of the Year, Journal News Player of the Year, All League, All County, All Section, League MVP, All State, All American, and was named Gatorade Player of the Year for New York State. And yet all I remember, Jack, is the walk back. The calm demeanor with an internal passion to do what's right for his teammates and his opponents. You know, Jack didn't need to play for us. He was cruising along in his academy and his club teams and there was really nothing that I or Coach S was ever going to teach him. He was going to play at a D1 school regardless. But he wanted to wear the 10, and he wanted to bring glory to the school, and glory followed him. He persevered through some early struggles at Georgetown University, but emerged victorious on the other side, helping Georgetown to a 20-1-4 record for the Hoyas, where he netted a penalty shot to capture a national championship. He is the first soccer player in our school's history to win a D1 national title. For me, personally, that national title meant a lot. I was home just days after a car accident involving my daughter, and the text message from Jack came within 25 minutes of the final whistle, saying, "We did it." And I think the key to that sentence is "we," a concept that in the height of glory remained part of the lexicon of Jack's language. That slight message helped me heal individually, helped install our high school program as legitimate, and justified all the work that he had put individually as a student athlete. It also revealed how much of a team player he continues to be. Without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our guest speaker this evening, Mr. Jack Beer.
What an intro. Man. Good evening, everyone. First, I want to congratulate the seniors on an incredible high school career. These are special moments, and I hope your experiences here are ones you will cherish forever. I know mine are. I also want to thank Mr. Castagna and Mr. Allen for inviting me to speak tonight. It's a pleasure to be back, and I'm going to dive straight into it. You see, we, as human beings, have a biological need to connect. We are social by nature, and we all want to feel like we belong, feel seen, heard, and valued. Growing up, soccer was my way of belonging. It was the thing that made me feel connected to others and feel like I had value to offer to a larger group. I developed a real passion for the game, and I got pretty skilled at it too. During my youth career, I played for an elite club team called New York Soccer Club, started scoring game after game, and turned into the guy that just always seemed to score. The goals I scored proved to be the way that I learned to feel seen, heard, and valued. I felt as if I was always the star, scored the goals, won the awards. Damn, I would always belong. And Coach Allen took notice. He reached out to me for the Byram Hills High School team and started recruiting me. And through his persuasion and his charm, I finally decided to play for Byram Hills when my junior year came around. I still remember my first ever interview with the local reporter as I transitioned to play high school soccer. First question, he says, "So what are you looking forward to most now, playing for your high school?" And of all things to say, I go, "Dribbling around the defenders easier." It was safe to say I had a big ego, but I was the star, that was my role, and that was where I thought I belonged. Dribble around the defenders, score the goals, and you're the man. Score goals, and you'll belong. I was the Westchester and New York State Player of the Year, earned All-American honors, and I knew I would score goals in high school. But what I didn't know was how much I would learn to love being part of a team, on and off the field. The team dinners, the jokes with your teammates, and the team dinners, the jokes with your teammates, and community support began to replace all the goals and all the stardom. Sure, there was still value in scoring goals and winning games, but the culture, the boost of energy I got, seeing my best friends every day, seeing classmates, faculty, and the way the entire community got behind the team and came together, that is what stays with me to this day. Now, my experience at Byram Hills would turn out to be a nice prequel of what I was about to experience as I aimed to play at the next level. My talents took me to Georgetown University to play college soccer, which would prove a real test of my athletic and mental capabilities. Here, I was surrounded by all the other goal scorers, all the other stars of their own teams, and I found myself asking, will I belong here? 90 minutes every game turned into 45, 20, maybe even 5, and 20 goals a season turned into just 1 or 2. But I did make a new friend. His name was the bench. My head started spinning. What is my role here? Do I add any value? Do I fit in? Who even am I? See, it took a good couple of years to learn that I didn't have to be the goal scorer to feel like I belonged. On the field, I learned to add value in being a spark off the bench, and off the field, I embodied a teammate who lifts others up, who helps out when called upon, and who cares about the person, not just the player. See, what I realized is that our worth is never lost. Our currency may just change. By 2019, my junior season, our team's togetherness was our superpower. Kind of imagine us as light bulbs that individually kind of have to work when they were by themselves. Individually, each one flickers on and off, but once we were wired together and worked as one, the field and our hearts would light up. We won the league, the conference, and our team made it all the way to the national championship match where we faced Virginia on December 15th, 2019. Now, much like the road to get to this point, it was a tough game with its ups and downs. Down 1-0, up 2-1, tied 2-2, up 3-2, tied 3-3. And that's how regulation would finish, 3-3, and penalty kicks were going to decide our fate. This is how that unfolded. See, I want to take a look at the box score real quick from that game. This is Virginia. 3 subs used, 7 minutes here, 3 minutes there, and this is us. "19 players used, minutes scattered all over the place. There's me with a calm 36 minutes. Minutes scattered all over the place, and this year, guys, this was a year where we rotated all the time. Everyone subbed in and out. We used 19 players in that final, and UVA only used 14. 3 freshmen lined up to take those PKs. And like I said, our togetherness was our superpower. Here is the ring to prove it. And this ring isn't just about what we did on the field. This ring will forever bond me to my brothers and the memories we shared as one. Regardless of your, like I said, togetherness was our team's superpower. On our team, it didn't matter who you were. Regardless of your status as a starter, bench player, forward, defender, senior, freshman, you were seen, you were heard, and you were valued. Now, beyond the realm of sports, belonging and togetherness extends into every aspect of our lives. Some of you may have just played your last competitive game here, but life is a game in and of itself, and we all want to win. In a society that often correlates our worth with what we do, maybe getting a great job, getting into the best school, or earning the most money, I feel sometimes all we are chasing is that feeling of belonging, to know that you are valued and that we see you. For me, I learned that it was never about the goals. It was never about dribbling around players easier. It was never about what I did. The value was in being a part of something greater than myself, doing my part to show up with love, spirit, and support for my teammates so that we could create a level of energy and meaning that can only be sparked in numbers. And so, I stand here tonight in awe of what you seniors have been able to do and accomplish throughout your high school careers. But it is who you are becoming that excites me most for your journeys ahead. And as you begin to experience new people, places, and challenges in a world where everyone wants to be recognized, I invite you to embrace collaboration, seek common ground, and be a beacon of unity in a world longing for connection. It is only by fostering a sense of belonging can we learn to embrace each other's differences and address the challenges of our time, be it climate change, social injustice, or inequality. Remember, it is not what you do, it is who you are. We are human beings, after all, not human doings. So be humble, be ready, don't answer interview questions like I did, and most important, be together and enjoy the experience. Thank you, and congratulations, seniors. Oh, no way.
Just, it's not a soccer ball.
All right, cool.
Just in case you feel the need to wear the BH again, there's something in there for you to, I know you'll never forget where you came from.
Of course not.
But this is to wear it proudly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Really
for being here.
Thank you.
Never heard you speak more than 10 words. It's great. Thank you very much. Chinese proverb: as distance tests a horse's strength, time can reveal a person's heart. Not really sure what that means, to be honest with you. I love me some Chinese proverbs, though. For me as a coach, I look at the courage on the sports field as doing incredible things with indomitable will. It's the completion of tasks where one's body wants to stop and give in, and yet the will to persevere takes over. It's when your heart truly overtakes your body. Being a full-time soccer and tennis player, taking its toll on a growing body, Coach Konieczny and I saw that in September when our number 10, Jesse Goldstein, had ice packs going on his calves, his shins, his thighs, everything. His mantra became, anyone got Advil? Because that's all we heard all September long. Ironically, even today, he came up to me and told me that his hip hurts. Jesse Goldstein is our Courage Award winner, by the way. As our captain and our spokesperson, we were a different team when he was on the field, and we all knew it. He was our take 5 bar, a little bit of everything, and we needed him. And though his body wanted to quit, he never did. It's the same fight that he brought to the tennis court. Just recently, Jesse and his doubles partner, Mahir, were defeated by a top seed in the state tournament, and yet the two men courageously kept fighting onward, won 2 more matches to clinch 5th. He captured all state. He went undefeated in Section 1 for doubles play, and in both sports, he was named all-league and all-section. Most importantly, he showed us what perseverance in sport is all about. He consistently asked his body to show up, and regardless if it failed, he was always out there. Both Coach Racanelli and I will miss Jesse a great deal as he heads off to Syracuse University. We know he'll become a thread of the tapestry of the school like he has here at Byram Hills. Let's call him up here. Congratulations, our 2022-23 Courage Award, Jesse Goldstein.
I'm glad that Jack had a picture up of ASO, because that's actually where my story starts. And I just had a question. How many of you seniors over there started 11 years ago on a soccer field wearing an oversized jersey playing ASO Saturday soccer? Very nice. I'm curious, why didn't you stay? Because Stuck in the Mud was probably the best game we played, right? 11 years ago, I stepped onto the field, ready for a new season of Saturday ASO soccer. An excited group of 6-year-olds wandered onto the field, some holding hands with parents, looking around at the ball in front of them, others starting to play with the butterflies. This special group of 6-year-olds has grown into today's seniors. Seniors, I want to take a minute to thank you for your dedication to Byram Athletics. As you turn the page and begin this new chapter in life, I advise you to continue to find time for doing the things that you love. Join a club, become a coach, or ask your roommates to kick a ball around. I hope sports always remain a part of your life. Going back to that day 11 years ago, that's also when I met Sydney Nichols. Sydney Nichols is this year's Courage Award winner. After her debut at ASO, Sydney earned a spot on Armonk Travel Soccer. In just one season, we knew Nix was different, and she was destined for greatness. She left my team to join a premier club and later became involved with the academy program. Upon entering high school, Sydney decided that after tearing her ACL for the 2nd time, she would take a step back from academy and try out for the Byram Hills girls varsity team. I was ecstatic to have the privilege of coaching Nix again. During her sophomore year, Sydney had to adjust to playing again, coming to terms with the fear of re-tearing her ACL, and figuring out high school soccer. I remember having many conversations with her, calming her down when she was frustrated, and helping her to see how important her role was on the team and guiding us in the right direction. As a junior, Nix was even more of a powerhouse, completely controlling the midfield and being on every other team's watch list. When she was on the field, our team was different. We began to have conversations about college because, of course, she'd be playing at a top school. Her dream of playing college soccer was born 11 years earlier when she first stepped onto that field. There was nothing that would deter her from that dream. At the end of her junior year, Sydney came to find me to tell me that she had torn her ACL for the 3rd time. The heart-crushing news came a few days later that she would probably never play soccer again. None of us can imagine how devastating that news was for her. Her entire life dedicated to soccer in an instant was taken away. She could have walked away from the pain of being focused on soccer every single day, but instead she decided to stay. She stayed for her teammates, she stayed for the school, and she stayed for her coaches. Not only that, her teammates, knowing that she wouldn't step on the field that season, nominated her to be a captain, stating that she would lead her team no matter what, whether it was on the field or on the sideline. Sydney accepted her new role as captain and as assistant coach, specialist in the midfield. She made as much of an impact on that team as she would have if she had been playing on the field. Sid, you've earned the Courage Award because you have demonstrated strength in the face of adversity, courage in the face of peril, and willingness to stand up for your beliefs and encourage others to stay positive and resilient, which I know is extremely hard for you this season. Although difficult, the challenges you have faced these past few years have helped you become who you are today and who you will be in the future. I am so proud of you. Please let me know when you're ready for your coaching license, because I'm sure we'll have an opening here. Let's please congratulate Sydney Nichols on the Courage Award. So Coach Sheely and I are going to be presenting the Arete Award. Lily Feldman, where are you, Lil? Nice picture. That's actually perfect for this. Lily Feldman earned a spot on varsity when she was a freshman. Being the 3rd and final Feldman, Lily had some big shoes to fill. I was going to say that she was the best, but then I saw Nikki was in the audience, so I was like, I probably should change this. Although Lily was recognizably a Feldman, her career here belongs to just her, as she had so many amazing qualities that make her one of the best players and teammates to pass through the program. I remember my first impression of Lily. So hardworking, she only knows how to go to speed 10. Dedicated, flawless attendance record, arriving early to every practice, staying late to help clean up or just check in, and a positive attitude. To this day, whenever I see Lily, I see her smiling. She is one of the kindest individuals I have ever met, and her positive attitude is inspiring. The only time that smile disappears is on the soccer field. I actually feel bad for her opponents because Lily never holds back on a tackle. And I feel like that's the face you always see, like that's what you see every time you play against her. Lily displayed her personal best both on and off the soccer field. She raised the bar for what is expected from a Byram Hills athlete. Lily's teammates felt the same when they voted her captain, many of them stating that Lily displays leadership on and off the field, gives 100%, is a friend to everyone, motivates us every single day to work hard, optimistic, model Byram Hills student, and my favorite one, I hope she knows how important she is to the team. In addition to playing soccer in the fall, Lily earned a spot on the girls' lacrosse team. Coach Sheely had the privilege of coaching Lily when she was in 1st grade and was immediately drawn to her infectious smile and amazing personality. Coach Sheely was so happy to hear that our first year back at coaching, she would not just be with a Feldman, but Lily. Every place that Lily goes is better because she is there. This includes her help with unified basketball, her help with her classmates, and her help with her teammates. She is truly a beautiful person with an incredible heart. Lily, thank you for all that you have put into the soccer and lacrosse program. You have left your mark on Byram athletics and changed our course for better. Please congratulate Lily Feldman.
This next award is for someone who, over the course of their athletic career at Byram Hills, has shown a tremendous amount of dedication, motivation, and perseverance in their sport. For 4 years, this athlete has competed on the varsity cross country, winter track, and spring track teams for a total of 12 seasons. On the track, he is classified as a distance runner, specializing in the mile and 800-meter races. These events, along with the 5,000 meters found in cross country, are some of the longest races offered at the high school level. As you can imagine, in order to be successful as a long distance runner, it takes a lot of effort, training, discomfort, and even pain. This athlete has proven time and again that through consistent attendance record, hard work at each and every practice, you can improve over your seasons and years and achieve success in the sport. Throughout the course of this spring season, this athlete lowered his mile time by a total of 16 seconds to 5 minutes and 12 seconds, which is 55 seconds faster than the first race of his freshman year. This athlete has shown a high level of enthusiasm each and every day at practice. He's been a leader for so many underclassmen who were literally in tears last week at our team dinner, knowing he will not be with us next year as he begins his next chapter at Northeastern University. It was an honor to coach him. This year's Arete Award goes to Ben Chapman.
Our co-Arete Award winner is Christian Bellantoni. In 3 forums, Christian Bellantoni showed us his individual greatness. It's actually 4 forums, since after guiding the soccer team to a COVID-19 regional title, Christian stepped up and played football for a season, showing his true athletic spirit. Representing 3 other coaches here, I can honestly say that Christian takes his athletics with passion, determination, poise, and a sense of stoicness that can be measured on his face. Don't let the devastatingly good looks from Mr. Bellantoni fool you. He is an animal on the field and the court. In soccer, Christian changed positions from an athletic forward to a defensive center back, making him the anchor of our defense. Oftentimes, alone on an island, we ask Christian to make the final stop to snuff out an opponent's advance. Regarded as one of the best in our league, his talents led him on the all-league team. He won 2 league titles, a COVID championship, and an overall record 49, 12, and 5. Just recently, he was named Defensive Player of the Year as a center fielder and was named All-League in back-to-back seasons in baseball. He was perfect in stolen bases, going 18 for 18, and finished 3rd in home runs and hits for his team. He also won 2 league titles there as well. He will be continuing his baseball career at the Inspiration Academy in Bradenton, Florida next year. And for now demonstrating his well-roundedness and acumen in sports, we'd like to give him the 2022-23 Arete Award. Christian Bellantoni. All right, before Mr. Castana comes back up here, I'm going to hijack this a little bit. Congratulations to the seniors. Great job. I know this is about the senior class, but a little applause is due to a great friend, my best friend here, great coach and incredible mentor, Coach Scott Saunders. His accolades go beyond the state title and the 200 victories on the baseball field. It's more about the reverence that these athletes have for him. Just last night, we were talking about this today, one of the baseball players, Jake Stuckelman, won a Tony Award for a play that he produced called Parade. I don't know if anybody knew that. What was amazing, though, was that within a half hour, Mr. Stuckelman was texting the entire baseball team and Coach Saunders, and for some reason, I don't know how I landed on it, but I did. But just goes to show you how his baseball players have such great reverence for him. He trains them to become men. Perhaps if you could just stand up, a round of applause. Congratulations. He's putting down the whistle, and he's moving out. We wish him the best.
Actually, something that I failed to do before was to thank Coach Allen and Coach Saunders, because the two coaches here who've been coaching at least 20 years, each of them have been coaching here for over 20 years, they were extremely instrumental in helping me organize this senior athletic awards ceremony, last year being the first. And it came through several meetings with Coach Saunders and with Coach Allen. So I applaud both of you. Thank you. At this time, I would like to call to the podium one of our multi-sport athletes and one of our senior leaders to share with us some fun facts and a story of leadership. I'd like to call to the podium Olivia Corpina.
Good evening, everyone. I'm deeply honored and privileged to address our community tonight. First and foremost, I want to extend my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you gathered here. To my fellow senior athletes, our journey has been one of immense growth and personal development. I'm incredibly proud of our class and the remarkable impact that we have made. For those of you who know me well, you're aware that my 4 years participating in athletics at Byram Hills High School has been marked by a few significant knee injuries, with the possibility of a third looming. However, as I stand here tonight, I can honestly say that these injuries did not diminish my experience. In fact, I believe they played a crucial role in shaping me as a person, teaching me the value of teamwork and demonstrating what it means to be a positive role model for my peers. Reflecting upon my 4 years, one decision I've never regretted is pushing myself to explore various sports. Initially, basketball was the sport that defined me. It has been my passion and my focus for as long as I can remember. When I think of the true essence of teamwork and what it means to be part of a team, my basketball experience comes to mind. This sport not only gifted me with lifelong friendships, but also provided invaluable lessons on the sidelines. Throughout my freshman, junior, and senior years, when I was unable to play due to injuries, I obtained the role of the team manager. This position entailed running the clock during practice, keeping stats during games, and perhaps most importantly, serving as a mediator within the team. My peers viewed me as an approachable individual, someone who wasn't biased by personal playing time. This enabled me to listen to my teammates' concerns and fostered a strong sense of communication among us. Our bond forged in childhood through CYO basketball, shout out to Coach Joe, I see you out there, has only grown stronger over the years. As a sophomore, I decided to join the lacrosse team. The girls on the team were in dire need of players, and I've heard of my older sister's histories in the sport. They implored me to give it a try. I was pleasantly surprised by how quickly I acclimated to lacrosse and felt like a part of this tight-knit team. However, I cannot take all the credit for my progress. It was my teammates who generously took the time to guide me, pulling me aside during drills to correct my mistakes and offering guidance on plays before we stepped out onto the field. It was their support that allowed me to thrive and truly enjoy myself on the lacrosse field. And finally, my senior year, undoubtedly my favorite year thus far. While I'm incredibly proud of my accomplishments, such as acceptance into college, go Frogs, and soon-to-be high school graduation, there is one achievement that stands out above the rest, one that I never really expected to happen. That accomplishment is founding our school's first girls varsity flag football team. Many of you know that I am a passionate football fan, eagerly watching games every Sunday with my father and my neighbor, Mr. Green. Growing up, I developed a deep love for the game and a strong understanding of its rules. However, the idea of actually playing football has never crossed my mind until the spring of my junior year. One day, while scrolling through Instagram, I stumbled upon a video showcasing girls playing flag football. I was captivated by the concept and wonder why our school couldn't offer the same opportunity as other schools in Section 1. I soon discovered a like-minded friend, Sophia Manetto, who shared my passion. Together, we approached Mr. Castagna, and our meeting was incredibly promising. Fast forward to the winter, during the interest meeting, where we were greeted by a staggering turnout of 40 girls. I was blown away. My fears of being one of the few girls interested in this sport were quickly dispelled as the support continued to pour in. The unwavering support from our coaches and the camaraderie within our large team made this season truly special. Something Byram allowed to happen, which to my knowledge, no other schools in this section has done, is allow 2 senior boys to be appointed coaches. Drew Krevelin and Aiden Weiss, 2 of my absolute best friends, yes. 2 of my absolute best friends became our coaches. Of course, it was silly at first. However, these 2 had the respect of all 40 of us girls. It was a sport new to all of us, and each highly competitive athlete took on the challenge with determination. Drew and Aiden were familiar, approachable figures that answered our questions left and right. Throughout the season, we witnessed countless displays of support and encouragement. While our win-loss record may not have been the best, our smiles never left our faces. In my eyes, our incredible teamwork and unwavering sportsmanship were the ultimate victory. As we know, Byram Hills is a very strong academic school. I feel so blessed that in just 8 days, I will be holding a diploma with Byram Hills High School at the top of it. Of course, I give so much credit to my wonderful teachers over the years for the knowledge I have, though sports taught me an immense amount as well. The endless hours spent in the gym and on the field not only prepared me for that week's game, but for future obstacles in my life. Learning how to follow instructions, working together towards a common goal, and being selfless are all traits in life I will need to succeed. I am grateful to say I have learned these traits over my years and give all of my credit to Byram Hills Athletics. Once again, I am profoundly grateful for the opportunity to share my experience as a Bobcat over these past 4 years. To all the coaches, staff, directors, and most importantly, my teammates, I extend my heartfelt gratitude for making all this possible and making my time wearing Byram Hills across my chest unbelievably special. Thank you. Thank you.
I knew she would crush it. I just knew it. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
As I mentioned when I first called Olivia up, I referred to her as a leader, and you can see why. Thank you so much, Olivia, for all you've done. This next recognition is a first for me, and I'm proud that I witnessed what I'm about to tell you. I'd like to first thank Coach Burke for being with me here to help me present these next 2 areas of recognition. The first, it escaped before I could say it, referred to as Coach Aiden for the football team since his freshman year. Aiden Weiss started off with small tasks before earning more trust and responsibility. His junior year, Coach Aiden helped to break down film and submitted reports to the varsity coaching staff after games. By senior year, Aiden was in charge of special teams and the fair portion of the play calling. A highlight for sure was Aiden's drawing up of a punt block executed perfectly by our punt return unit, which allowed Colin McManus to block the Nanuet punt. When that punt was blocked, Colin scooped up the fumble and returned it for a touchdown and secured a section semifinal win for the Bobcats. Drew Krevlin was brought into the coaching fold with Aiden this spring, helping to coach the inaugural girls flag football team. With a remarkable 43 athletes on the roster, Coach Drew was invaluable in providing additional coaching support in depth charts, play ideas, and helping us manage the equipment. Drew's planning and attention to details was further showcased with a flawless promposal, and thankfully the young lady said yes. It was fun to watch. I applaud you. These two aspiring student coaches help prove that there are limitless roles in the world of sports for people who are driven and committed. So if we could please have Coach Aiden and Coach Drew, please come up to the spots here. Just the pure enthusiasm of watching this from day to day and wanting to be around the sports and wanting to be around the team. It's really healthy and wholesome and wanting to give back. It really is a demonstration of altruism and just giving of others before yourself with all the time that they put in to just having a fun experience. So at this time, I will turn the microphone over to Coach Burke.
Good evening. My name is Byram Burke. It is my pleasure to now be a two-sport coach here in Byram Hills, football in the fall and football in the spring. I say that with a great deal of pride. And only having been here 2 years, I think one of the things that's remarkable about nights like tonight is just how awesome of a place this is. You know, when you hear these experiences in cross country and tennis and soccer and basketball and volleyball and swimming, you know, every athlete could be celebrated and has their moment, certainly in seasons. But when you think about the people who get to come up here tonight and just understanding what an awesome crew they represent, and then to be recognized among their peers is truly unique. With that in mind, additionally, with both the football team in the fall and spring, one of the really special things about those teams was that it was a very heavy senior component, right? We had 15 in the fall and almost 20 in the spring. And when you have that many leaders and people who've been around and have that much experience in one place, the team gets better, right? And every coach can tell you, right, things really get rolling when the players start to take ownership of their team. And the first young athlete we're going to recognize as we think about starting a brand new program, right? When we think about all the history and hearing athletes like Jack Beer speak and having that kind of lineage in different programs, that's an awesome thing to build upon. It's truly special to think, I'm wearing the same number as Jack, or I'm wearing the same jersey as so-and-so. I remember when they did this. When you create a brand new program, there's none of that, right? And so what you really rely upon is the athletes to become the foundation. And you can say it and you can request it, but it doesn't mean anything until the players truly take ownership of it. Our Female Leader Award winner showed the willingness to try new things. And I'm so glad Liv got to come up here and speak, and Liv and Soph were so determined in bringing this program in. And then we wanted to get it going. And as Liz mentioned, we had our trials and tribulations. And if you want to think about how football teaches life lessons, certainly it's not always wins, right? It's not always being the top scorer on a team. There's going to be hard times, and that's when a lot of things are revealed. And our leader showed that we could struggle, and that's okay, and that you don't just give in, right? That it's okay to have steadfast optimism in the face of hard times, that it's important to encourage your teammates, but also show grit. Sometimes people need a pat on the back, sometimes they need to be pushed, and that's what leadership is. Additionally, this athlete, her volleyball coach, Coach Christian, noted she's a great decision maker, trustworthy, honest, funny, and athletic. And when you think about what it takes to build a program, you need excellence on the field, you need excellence off the field, and you need someone who's willing to lead when times are bad, right? It's very easy to be the front runner in a successful year, but when times are struggling, to have someone to continue to show up, to continue to push your peers, that's what being a leader is truly all about. It gives me great pleasure to recognize our first year MVP, also of our first year program, and the Female Leadership Award winner, Miss Emily Bentz. Our next award winner. Leadership takes many forms, and I think as we see it, we think of people who lead the team out, and that's who we view as our leader, people who get to have their name quoted in the newspaper. And certainly our next award winner had his name in the paper quite a bit. On the football field, he was recognized for his excellence as all-section. He was a 1,000-yard rusher. He was also all-section in lacrosse, I believe being part of a 4-year member of the varsity lacrosse team. Additionally, off the field, he was a part of the Student Leadership Council, giving voices to student athletes in lessons that go far beyond the field of play. On the football field, he was recognized as a Golden Dozen Award winner. That's given to unique student athletes who embody excellence on the field, but more importantly, excellence off the field. When you look at the resumes of the athletes who are recognized on Golden Dozen, it's almost obscene. You're like, how much could a 17 or 18-year-old kid do? And I didn't think GPAs went that high. Additionally, he was a two-sport captain, and all of those things are all very, very impressive. But again, similar with the idea of overcoming adversity, this young man, in the middle of his senior season in football, got a bad injury. And it's one of those things, it's towards the tail end of his senior season, and at that point, players could start to make a business decision. He's looking to play lacrosse in college. It's possible at that point you play the safe game, right? You say, well, I had a good run. I did a lot of cool things. I'm going to save myself for lacrosse. That's what's most important to me. And what leaders do is other people are more important to them. And I think one of the things that stand out to me about Gavin's career here at Byram Hills is his willingness to push through and put others before himself, because that's what leadership really is. And it's such a pleasure to see what this kid has done in my 2 years here. Obviously, he's had a fantastic 4 years. His resume in the classroom is spectacular. He's recognized as his peers for his excellence, and the Male Leadership Award goes to Captain Gavin Jaworski. At this point, it is my pleasure to introduce yet another fantastic student athlete. But Mr. Saunders, do you want to come chip in? Not that we have favorites, but certain kids you just love unbelievably so. So I'll let Mr. Saunders finish up.
Ancient Chinese proverb number 3. I have no proverbs. I have no national title rings, nothing like that. Just want to note 2 bats that have been hanging on our locker room wall for the last 16 years. They display the words selfless and relentless. And Jackson Frankel really took that motto to heart. As a senior, 3-year varsity player, blossomed into one of the core leaders on our team and in our program. He always knew exactly what our team needed. A light moment could lead to some hysterical hijinks. A key spot usually brought a fiery speech. Jackson always knew the pulse of the team better than anybody out there. He was always on top of taking care of anything that needed to be done and took it to heart. Next year, Jackson's going to be headed to DePaul University. I know he's going to keep making us proud over there. So without further ado, we can have Jackson Frankel come up as our next student speaker. And just as an aside, I am told, rumor has it, that this is the greatest thing that Jackson has written in his 4-year high school career. So no pressure.
Thanks for that, and thanks for the kind words, Coach. Today I stand before you to share my journey as a high school athlete at Byram Hills and the profound impact it has had on my life. Being an athlete has meant more to me than just participating in sports. It was an experience that shaped my character, taught me invaluable life lessons, fostered lifelong friendships, and instilled in me the importance of teamwork. As I reflect upon these last 4 years, I'm filled with a sense of gratitude for the transformative power sports has had on my growth and development. I will miss that feeling of stepping onto the field for the first time, the accompanying surge of adrenaline. The intense practices, grueling workouts, and competitive games pushed me to my physical and mental limits. Through these challenges, I learned the true value of hard work, discipline, and perseverance. Being an athlete taught me that success is not simply bestowed upon those with natural talent, rather earned through the dedication and effort we invest in our goals. I discovered that every setback presents an opportunity for growth, and every failure is a chance to learn and improve. However, it's not just the individual growth that made being a high school athlete so meaningful. It was the friendships I made along the way that truly left a lasting mark on my heart. Sports have a unique way of bringing people together, forging bonds that extend far beyond the playing field. I loved being surrounded by teammates who shared a common goal and pushed each other to be the best version of ourselves. Together, we celebrated victories, but more importantly, we supported one another through defeats. Through the highs and lows, we formed an unbreakable bond that extended beyond the realm of sports. These friendships taught me the value of teamwork and the importance of collaboration. Teamwork, a fundamental aspect of athletics, has far-reaching implications in all aspects of life. No great achievement is accomplished alone. In sports, the success of the team relies on the collective effort, where each individual contributes their unique strengths and skills. We learn to put aside our personal differences and egos for the greater good of the team. In school, the workplace, and our communities, the ability to work harmoniously with others is essential for success. Being a high school athlete also helped me develop strong communication skills. I learned to trust and rely on others and understood the significance of supporting and uplifting my teammates. It also taught me the importance of sportsmanship and integrity. I learned to respect my opponents, to compete with fairness and dignity, and to accept both victory and defeat with grace. These values have had a lasting impact on my character and have influenced how I approach challenges in all aspects of life. I have come to understand that success is not solely measured by wins and losses, but by the integrity with which we play the game. To all the athletes present here today, remember how we cherish these moments. We embrace the sweat, the tears, the victories, and the defeats. Never forget to recognize the value of teamwork and the power of camaraderie. And most importantly, remember that being a high school athlete is not just about the sport. It is about the growth, the connections, and the memories that will stay with us for a lifetime. Thank you.
And Jackson, as a token of our appreciation, it's a personal favorite of mine, so enjoy reading it. I know I'm a little bit of a nerd, so I know we talk about books. Enjoy. Is it a coffee? It's not. It's not, but that's the one too. Thank you. Thank you, Jackson. Before we call up the next presenter, I just wanted to, again, if we could get a big round of applause for our guest speakers, Jack Beer, Olivia Corpino, and Jackson Franco. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. There's an old Chinese proverb that all right, I figured I'd start with that. Good evening, everyone. I just want to take a moment to congratulate all the senior athletes on an amazing career. So whether I coached you or not, or whether you're receiving an award this evening or not, your contributions to your sport in this school are awesome and should be recognized. Let's have a round of applause for every single athlete in this room. And I wish you nothing but the best as you move on to whatever life has in store for you next. Our 2023 Female Athlete of the Year is quite a remarkable young woman. I've had the pleasure of working with this athlete since she was in the 8th grade. I'm so proud to say that over the course of her 5-year varsity career, she has become the most decorated female tennis player in Byram Hills history. Yeah. Here are a few of her stats that highlight her career. She has been a 4-time all-section recipient. She earned all-league honors in all 5 seasons on varsity. She earned all-state for the past 2 seasons, her junior and senior year. This athlete was named captain of the team in her senior year. She started as a singles player in all 5 seasons and played #1 singles this fall. In her 5 years on varsity as a starter, she finished with an astounding 60-2 win-loss record. Yeah. For her efforts, she was named LoHUD Player of the Year. She was also named Con Ed Player of the Week this fall, and at the year-end Con Ed dinner just last week, received the most prestigious award of the evening, the Red Klein Scholarship. She is simply amazing and clearly a cut above the rest. As if those accomplishments weren't enough, this athlete and her teammates went on to make more history here at Byram Hills. As captain of the team this season, she helped the girls' tennis team win back-to-back state championships this past fall. They were the first and now second girls' team in history to have ever won a state championship here at Byram Hills. What's better than winning a state championship in a single season? She won 2 state championships in a season. Right before helping her team win the second state team title, this player and her partner qualified for the New York State Doubles Championships, beating out 600 of the best doubles teams throughout New York State. Their performance at the championships was nothing short of amazing. After some hard-fought early rounds in the tournament, she found herself in the finals against the defending state champions. Their performance was courageous, filled with tenacity and resolve. They went on to win the state doubles championship that weekend, making this player and her partner the first female players to capture an individual state championship, a tennis state championship in school history. In total, she is a 3-time state champion. Wow. In addition to her outstanding athletic career, she is also an exceptional student in the classroom. She received numerous awards for her science research and has led various clubs and programs here at Byram Hills, and she'll be graduating cum laude just next week. The team and I will miss her a great deal, and I can't imagine not having her in our huddle next season. Thank you for all that you've done for Byram Hills tennis, and I wish you the best of luck this fall at school. Please join me in congratulating this year's Female Athlete of the Year, Chloe Bernstein.
Right, dramatic conclusion. Again, repeating myself from before, but just understanding the standard of excellence that's in this room then to become the athlete of the year. Seeing the female athlete of the year, it's my pleasure to introduce the male athlete of the year. In an age of specialization, this athlete dominated in 3 seasons, football, basketball, and lacrosse. Was repeatedly recognized by his peers for the standard of excellence in which he set. He led them with grace and with courage and tenacity. Being recognized by your peers as a captain, I believe, is one of the greatest honors any student athlete can achieve, because it's not given to you. You've earned it. You've earned the respect of those people you've grown up with, who you share a classroom with, who you share a locker room with. He also set the standard for success in the classroom, understanding that it's not enough just to be an athlete. You have to be a student athlete. Excellence doesn't take a break during the day so you can be ready for practice. All of his teachers agree that Sean is a special student who would always add value to the class, bring new ideas into the room, and set the standard for those people who look up to those athletic leaders. And being like, well, if this is what a student athlete at Byram Hills is, then I better do the same. When people need support, sometimes male athletes struggle how to do that. And what Sean excelled at is recognizing what his peers needed. Whether it was, just a little bit of encouragement, maybe it was a quiet word. Not everyone responds to being publicly belittled. At the same time, he understood the need to be pushed, and that a standard of excellence can't be upheld by coaches alone. He has been recognized for an excellence as all section in football, in basketball, and lacrosse. He is a Con Ed winner, which is an elite group in its own right. He's a Golden Dozen winner, which recognized the best football scholar athletes in Westchester County. Sean is bright, competitive, compassionate, loyal, and fierce. And he's going to be taking his talents to the University of Richmond to continue playing lacrosse there in the years to come. It's my pleasure to introduce the Male Athlete of the Year, Captain Sean Siegel.
I think now you can see when I first came up here, I said I was grateful. I'm grateful for you, for all of you that are here. I'm grateful to be amongst all of this talent in the room that the coaches alluded to in their presentations, that the student athletes mentioned in their presentations. That this is what it's about, and the relationships is what we hope. Truly hope that you will hold on to for the rest of your life and never let go. And I think we heard that clearly. We hope that lasts a lifetime for you. So this concludes our presentation for tonight. But please remember, we will be emailing out the recognition booklet. We will be emailing out the video montage of all the athletes that are in there. We have the repeat screen set up in the cafeteria for photographs. Mr. Malice will join us back in. You have any energy left in that camera there? So he'll join you in the cafeteria also to take some pictures, and we hope we can do that and just congratulate each other one more time. So thank you very much for being here tonight, and congratulations to our senior athletes. Get home safely. Thank you.